Hey good people, welcome back to the guide. Let's continue on with city retextures. So as usual, we're going to start with the separator. So let's go ahead and copy city retextures. Copy. Click on the three dots, create separator, paste it, and okay. Okay, we're moving on to Frankly HD Markarth, the White City Redux. This mod retextures the city of Markarth and Dwemer Ruins. And looks like the guide wants us to download the 4K version. If you have any doubts about the amount of VRAM you have, feel free to download the 2K version. But for the guide, we're going to follow 4K. It's a fairly big download. Alright, let's go ahead and install it now. And there's a full mod. Let's open that up. Okay, we're going to want both exterior Markarth and interiors and Dwemer Ruins. So let's go ahead and tick both of those and install. Alright, let's activate that. Next, Illustrious Whiterun SE. This mod retextures the city of Whiterun, and it wants us to download the two optional files, the 4K and the ESL tagged. So let's go down to optional. We're going to download the... Nope, that's optional MOS. Illustrious Whiterun 4K. Going to download that. And the Illustrious Whiterun banners ESL tagged. Was that it? Yes, it was. So go and download that. And once again, feel free to download the 2K option if you're worried about the amount of VRAM that you have. And this is also a fairly big download. Okay, then let's go ahead and install it. And these are both optional files, so we're going to install them as separate mods. So let's go ahead and get the install Illustrious Whiterun 4K first. And then let's install the banners ESL tagged. And let's make sure that's named differently. So let's go down to Whiterun Banners ESL tagged ESP. Alright. And looks like there's an additional instructions here. We need to download some _p.dds files, which I believe are parallax files. So let's open Explorer. Right click Illustrious Whiterun and open Explorer. Go into Textures. Go into Architecture, Whiterun. And then instead of hunting down each one of those files, we're going to click in search here. And we're going to type in star, not 8. Shift 8 is star. And it's going to be _p.dds. Hit enter. And there they all are. So select all of them. Then delete. Okay. And if it looks like it didn't delete, hit F5 to refresh. And you'll see that they're deleted. Good. So let's go ahead and activate those. Okay, next up, Skyland Solitude. Skyland Solitude offers a truly realistic texture overhaul to the city of Solitude and the Blue Palace, along with surrounding areas such as the docks, bridge, and stone structures and gates, along with the Dominion Consulate. So let's go download the main file. And this is a bit smaller. Okay, let's install it. Hey, JT from the future again. This time I'm here to insert Skyland winterhold that I somehow overlooked. So, Skyland winterhold. See the College of Winterhold like you never have before with Skyland winterhold. Retextures from the ground up in 2K textures. Alright, let's download it. Okay, let's go ahead and install it then. Double click. Okay. Okay, and once we've installed it, we actually want to place it right behind Skyland Solitude, which is priority 218. So we want to place Skyland Winterhold in position 219. So let's go ahead and activate that. Right click right here on the priority number. Click on Send to Priority 219. And then OK. Okay, and that's it. You are free to carry on. Alright, so now we're moving on to the next section, Clutter and Miscellaneous. So let's create that separator. So right click, copy, click on three dots, create the separator. Let's paste it, hit OK. Okay, let's move on to the next mod. 4K Torture Rack. 4K retexture of the Torture Rack with added environment map. Using the mesh from SMIM by Brumbeck, added 3D meshes to replace the flat rope and metal ring. Alright, sounds like a good improvement. Okay, so a main file and an optional file. So we're going to install that as two separate mods. So we're going to download the 4K. There's also a 2K available for y'all. And we want the optional file 4K dirty and bloody. Okay, so let's install the main file first. 4K torture rack. And then the 4K dirty and bloody. And make sure it's named appropriately. 4K dirty and bloody. So they're installed as two separate mods. I don't think I've installed these before. Let's see if I could endorse them. Yes, I can. Okay, good. And also, Windhelm Brazier Replacer. I should be able to endorse that now, too. Yep, excellent. Okay, Animated Clutter SSE. This mod adds opening closing animations to several objects that should be animated for the sake of greater realism. Let's download the main file. Okay, and the special instructions during installation. Mod Organizer 2 may give a warning notice saying there are missing files or folders. Just click Install anyway. Alright, so next. There's a full mod. Let's look at it. Next. So we just want custom. Next. And let's expand this a bit. See what we're working with. Okay, so the first section we want beehive, we want the spider sack, we want spider sack albino spider. Coffins, we want all the coffins. Doors, we want all the doors. Farmer chests, we want farmer chests. Under the miscellaneous containers, we want the burial urn, common barrel, Dwemer convector, Dwemer dresser, elder skulls chest, knapsack, noble chest, work end table, sacks closed, sacks opened, satchel, the Sovngarde mead barrels, strong box, can't see, so let's click next here. And where do we leave off? Okay, strongbox. We want the Thieves Guild cache. We want the wall cage, winterhold bookcase, and wrapped drogger. So under ships, no, under sewers, we want all those options. Under ships, we want ships, trapdoors, and under trapdoors, we want all of them. Next, let's click next here as well. And we want both of these options for Dawnguard wall fix, wall button, next, and it's just a readme next, so install. Install anyway. Good. Activate. Alright, next, basic dining set replacer. This mod replaces the dining set we often see in farmhouses or taverns in Skyrim, and we want the 4K version. There's also a 1K and a 2K version for y'all. No texture has been left unturned. Okay, CC's Enhanced Ore Veins SSC Edition. This mod retextures ore veins and mined ore. So there's a main file and an update file. So we're going to merge that into one patch. One patch, one mod. So we want the 2K in this case. Okay. And we want the update file. So let's install the main file first. Enhanced Ore Veins 2K. Let's expand to full mod. A little tiny. If you're having trouble seeing this, just right click and click on view image, but I can see it. So we're gonna go next. Stone color, we want to keep it on gray. Next, type, we want it brighter. Next, new mined ore texture. Install new textures. Yes, install new textures. Stone color, we want brown. New ingots texture. No new ingots. Patches. No patches. Install. Alright, for the update, we just want to make sure the name matches the main file here, and it does. Just OK, and then click merge. That is now installed. Good. Now we're moving on to Lean Wolf's better-shaped Talos statue with Greatsword SE. A simple mesh replacer that gives the statue of Talos a greatsword rather than that toothpick he was holding, for a more warrior-like Talos statue. And we're downloading the main file. Okay. Here's a full mod. Expand the full mod. So telestatue, we want the high poly statue for the weapon. That's a little different here. The fomads are not matching up. Nord Hero Greatsword, we have... Oh, we just have more options here. Okay, so under weapon, under here, it's actually under sword in the fomad listed. So we want the Nord Hero Greatsword. So choose that. For patches, we want no snow under the roof. Click next. No snow under the roof weapons. Snow Nord Hero Greatsword. Snow Nord Hero Greatsword. And then activate it, and we're done with that mod. Bloodstone Chalice Reborn. This is a Skyrim Legendary Edition mod. This mod is a complete overhaul of the original Vampire Quest item. All new meshes and textures were created to fix the ugly, distorted eyesore that was the original. And we're going to download the 2K version. That's the very first option. Okay, install it. Excellent. Let's clean this up. Okay, next mod, Dark Brotherhood Tenets Restored, another Skyrim Legendary Edition mod. This mod improves the textures of the Dark Brotherhood Tenets, and we're going to get them at the main file, Standard Edition. Extreme Performance Standard. And there's going to be a film mod for it. Okay, we want the high resolution and install. Next mod, Dressed Hearthfire Doll. She was naked in the cold world of Skyrim for a long time. Now she has a red one-piece dress and a new face for this old cloth doll. And we want the Dressed Hearthfire Doll main file. And expand the mod to see what we're working with. So choose install file, select face type. We want the default. And then we want 0 human. Already selected for us. And we want red, already selected for us. Install. Easier lockpicking without cheating. Nordic Retexture, Skyrim Legendary Edition mod. This mod retextures the locks in Skyrim to be more scratched and weathered looking as would be expected. This gives more visual reference points to remember lockpick placement. When a pick breaks, it's easier to find a spot to try again. And we want the Nordic lock. And there's one option anyway. Only one option. So let's download it and install it. Cool. Moving on. El Sopa, Papers HD SE. This mod retextures the paper used in books, letters, notes, and journals. And I think we want the HD version. Let's double check. Yes, Paper HD. Okay. Forgotten Retext Project. This mod retextures random clutter that is not covered elsewhere. We want the main file and we want a miscellaneous file. So let's download them. The Miscellaneous is Realistic HD Woodcutter's Axe Remastered. And it's considered a patch, so we're going to install that as a separate mod. So first the main file. And there's the full mod. Let's take a look. So we want both the draw knife and the silver mold. Install. Okay, now the miscellaneous file. Just make sure it's named appropriately. We want the HD Woodcutter's Axe Remastered patches. Alright, next mod is the SD's Horn Candles SC. New custom meshes and custom textures for the game's horn candle. And I'm sure we need the 4K version, right? Yeah, 4K. But there's also a 1K and a 2K version if you prefer that. And install. Okay, JS Dragon Claws SC. This mod retextures all the Nordic Ruin Dragon Claws. And this one I really appreciate. Look how awesome these look. So beautiful. And 4K version. Also, there's a 1K and a 2K version for you guys. Alright, clean this up. Okay, JS Dragon Claws patches, and there are 5 main files we're downloading. So these are 5 mods that we're going to install separately. So we need Amethyst, Helgen Reborn, Conrix Accoutrements, Legacy of Dragonborn, and Worm's Tooth. So my files. So Amethyst, Helgen Reborn, Conrix Accoutrements, Legacy of the Dragonborn, and Worm's Tooth. So cool. I love it. Okay, let's install it. So Amethyst. Oh, make sure they're named appropriately, or else they're all going to be installed in one folder called JS Dragon Claws Patches. So Amethyst patch. Okay. Then get Helgen Reborn. Let's make sure it's named appropriately. Helgen Reborn. And now Conrix Accoutrements. Select the proper name. Okay. Legacy of the Dragonborn. Drop down. Legacy of Dragonborn patch. And then finally Worm's Tooth. Drop down. Worm's Tooth patch. Excellent. Let's activate them. Clean that out. JS Purses and Septums SE. A complete recreation of septums, coin purses, and coin piles. And there's also an SSE edit that we need to do afterwards. So let's download the main file. And there's a faux mod. Let's take a look. Okay, so if that's hard to see, right click it, click on View Image. But I can see it. So the first option, we're going to get 1K textures. Let me go and open this up. Okay, so the first option, 1K textures. Second, coin textures, we want dirty 1K textures. Coin pile textures, we want the dirty 1K textures. Next. For the replacer options, we just want path relocation. And then install it. Alright, so let's go ahead and activate it. And we're basically going to flag the sepatch.esp as an ESL. So if you don't remember how to do that, in the drop-down menu here, choose SSE Edit, click Run. Then right-click in this window, select None, then go all the way down to the bottom. And we want to select JS Purses and Septums SE Patch. And then OK. Let it do its thing. Once it's finished, expand it by clicking on the check mark, then file header, then right-click record flags, edit, wait for the countdown, yes, then tick the box next to ESL, and then OK. That's it. Close out, make sure it's checked here, and then click OK. Alright, moving on to rustic maps. High-res, lore-friendly retextures of the 2 battle maps in Skyrim. Now you can read all the map information in-game, if you choose the 4K version, that is. So click on Files. And I'm sure, yeah, we're downloading the 4K version. There's also a 2K version, if you prefer. Let's install it. Boom. Hold border banners. This mod adds banners along roadsides at the boundaries of 2 holds. The banner will show which hold is being entered. If unsure which hold the banner represents, simply target it and the name of the hold will appear. And there's special instructions afterwards. So let's install it. The main file. Let's go ahead and install it. But hold on. It says delete the following. Hold border banners.bsa. The textures from this mod are not required, so you don't need to extract this BSA before deleting it. Okay. So, you could install it, then right-click, and then enter the file explorer and delete it that way, but we're going to do it this way. We're going to click on, after you double-click it, click on Manual, and then just uncheck the box next to hold border banners.bsa. So, we're only installing the plugin for that. Okay, Peltapalooza Special Edition. This mod increases the number of pelts used by the game from the default 3 to 9 and adds new higher quality textures. And we're going to download the Special Edition full version. That's the first option here. And install it. Activate it. Alright, Realistic HD Baskets Remastered. This mod improves the quality of the basket retextures. Realistic HD Baskets Remastered. The finest baskets I ever saw. Okay, next mod, Realistic HD Food Remastered. And we want the main file. And some special instructions afterwards. Okay, it says delete the following files and our folders. And basically, we're going to be deleting 3 mesh files. So we're going to do it this way again. Click on Manual. And we're going under Meshes, Clutter, Food. And then we're looking for Cheese Wedge. Okay, here's Cheese Wedge. So basically, we want all 3 of these. We don't want to install these 3, so uncheck those boxes. Just like that. And then hit OK. Piece of cake. So easy. So easy. Realistic HD Mushrooms Remastered. This mod improves the texture quality of mushrooms. Download it. And install it. And then activate it. Next up, High Poly Project. An ongoing process to improve the models of the game with more polygons, UV edits, or just replace them altogether. SMIM was the inspiration, and the lack of similar mods led me to make this. The High Poly Project main file. And there's a foam mod. Install everything. Next. Okay, we don't want statues. Install. Okay, and there's some special instructions here that we need to follow. So, let's go ahead and right-click High Poly Project, open in Explorer. And the first thing we're going to delete is this candles folder. So we're going into meshes, clutter, and then candles. We're going to delete candles. Okay, next up, meshes, clutter, wine. So let's go into wine. Then we're going to delete wine bottle O2B, wine bottle O2B.nif, this one. So let's delete that. And then finally, we want to delete. Let's go back into meshes, furniture, and we're going to delete the cart folder. Delete. All right, good. All right, next. JS Shrines of the Divines replaces vanilla Divines shrines with completely remade high-resolution versions. And looks like we're downloading the 4K version. Wow, that is really beautiful. Let's install it. Next up, retexture for soup. This mod is a high-quality retexture of various soups in Skyrim, and we want the SMIM Mesh Pour version. And this is a Legendary Edition mod. So files, fancy version. Here's the Pour version right here. Oh, that's for R&D. I downloaded the wrong one. For SMIM Pour version. So let me go ahead and just delete this. Yeah, okay. So for SMIM Mesh Pour version. Then install it. Okay. Revamped Assets Skyrim. This mod gives new form, design, and definition to vanilla assets of Skyrim while still respecting the original design scheme. And we want the Ultra Full Mod package. High, Ultra. And there's a full mod for it. And there's some things we're gonna have to delete afterwards. Okay, we want the custom install. Next. Custom install. Let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, under architecture, we don't want anything. Under armor, we don't want anything. Under clothes, we don't want anything. Clutter, nothing. Furniture, install all. Traps, nothing. So install. Okay, let's delete these files. So first thing we want is to right click on revamped assets, open in Explorer. Then we're going into meshes, furniture, and enchanting. Anything with enchanting in the name is what we're going to delete. So enchanting workstation and enchanting workbench. So I control click them both, and now I'm going to delete them. Okay, next up we're going into meshes, furniture, workbenches, then disenchant workbench 01. Disenchant workbench 01, that one. So we're deleting that. And then in the same folder, we're going to delete anything that starts with enchanting. So these last two files here. Then finally, we're going back into meshes. So let's go back into meshes, load screen art, and then we're going to delete load screen enchanting workbench and F. That's the second one. So let's delete it. Then finally, we're going to go into the textures folder. So let's click on revamp asset Skyrim to get back into the root folder of that. Go into textures, and we're going to delete the, oh no, we're going to go into Yiffy MM, and we're going to delete the RAS folder. Okay, good. And then let's activate it. Ragnarok Special Edition. This mod is a high quality mesh and texture for all the rugs found throughout the game. We want the 2K version. Let's install it. And then activate it. Alright guys, this video is going a little long. I didn't want to make this as long as I did in the previous videos, so I'm going to stop right here. So in the next video, we're going to pick up where we left off at rustic alchemy and enchanting tables. I'll see you there.